Okay, let's jump to what she had to say. I am going to start with two comments on the same topic, and then I will reply to them. The first comment comes from Random Tech. He says, I am a realtor. Prices are starting to settle down, but they are not going to collapse. There is simply not enough homes. My recommendation, buy something, anything within your budget, and get on the property ladder. Homeowners have a net worth 40 times that of renters. Stop overthinking and just do it! If you don't buy it, an investor will, and you will continue to grow their wealth. Literally the best decision you will ever make for your financial future. And on a similar topic, Photo Tristan says, there may never be an ideal right time to buy a house. You wait too long, you end up never owning, and the prices over the long term keep going up. When I bought my condo, I thought it was expensive at the time. It's going up like double in 10 years though. You just gotta get in when you can and think about the long term, not short term. Random Tech and Photo Tristan, thank you very much for the comment. I understand exactly why you're advocating for this because in the long term, housing prices should, in theory, appreciate. That's what history has shown us. History has proven that over the long term, housing prices appreciate. Just like the stock market, you may see a terrible month, you may see a terrible year. But over the long term, 20, 30 years, the stock market, at least in indexes, does increase in value. And like I pointed out last week, with hindsight being 2020, I can see that I have made mistakes by not buying. There were houses and condos that I could have bought. It would have been a nice house, it would have been a reasonable price, and compared to today's interest rate, it would have been bonkers. I could have been on the property ladder. I did not get on the property ladder at that time. So now I understand why you're saying that. But I have to disagree with you. I have to disagree, and people might think I'm crazy because looking historically, I can say, I was stupid for not getting on the property ladder, and now you're saying, well, I'm not going to get on the property ladder. There's a reason for that, though. Let me explain my thought process here. The reason that I'm disagreeing with you is based on my income compared to housing prices mixed with interest rates. So when I get my paycheck, my taxes get taken out, then I automatically put a percentage into a 401k, into a retirement account, because I think that is a responsible thing to do. I want to plan for the long term. I don't want to die anytime soon, and I want to be able to retire. And in order to do that, I know I don't need to tell you, but I need to set aside a percentage of my income today, invest it wisely, and then when it's time to retire, that should be a pretty good nest egg, and I should have income for my retirement years, assuming I make it that long. And with all of that being said, the reason that I'm disagreeing with you is in order to afford a home with homes at the current prices, with the current interest rates, I would have to forgo any contribution to my retirement, take home 100% of my post-tax dollar, and then 70% of my income would be committed to paying for housing. Some people may be okay with that. For me, that just seems a little bit too risky. And I understand why some people are okay with that. There are plenty of experts out there saying housing prices will not drop. They will just continue to rise. Interest rates will continue to rise because there is limited inventory and too much demand. I don't care. I don't care. That may make me stupid, but I don't care. Because I am not going to put myself in a precarious financial situation just because I'm scared that housing prices will be a little bit higher tomorrow, or a little bit higher, or a lot higher in a year from now. I am not going to allow emotion to dictate one of the biggest financial decisions that I will ever make in my entire life. Because if I were to go down this road, I would be taking home 100% of my post-tax dollars, no retirement, 70% goes to housing, then I have 30% for utilities, food, insurance. I don't only have no money going to retirement, I have no money going to savings. The reason that's a problem, if I end up losing my job, there is no cushion there. There is nothing protecting me from losing my house, foreclosing on my house. Maybe if housing prices go up, you could just sell it, and then you have a little bit of money back after you pay back the debt that you still have. That just seems a little bit too risky for me. So maybe you're all right. Maybe the experts are correct. Maybe I will look back on July 21st, 2022 and say, Bandrew, you are such an idiot. No.
Bandrew, you are such an idiot. How dare you not buy a home again?
Maybe I will. But at the same time, I understand that fear is being shoved down every single one of our throats. Uncertainty is being shoved down every single one of our throats every single day, everywhere we look. And when it comes to making the biggest financial decision that we make in our entire lives, I am going to avoid any kind of emotion-based purchases. I am not going to allow emotion to factor into that. And currently, it seems like that would be the contributing factor for me. The fear that interest rates will continue to rise. The fear that tomorrow housing prices will go up. The fear that I will never own a home. Sure, maybe those are valid fears, but when I am buying a $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 item, it should be because it makes sense for me, because I'm financially able to, and not because, oh God, the housing prices are going to go up. I'm not going to allow myself to be in that situation and that mindset when I am making this decision. Like I alluded to last week, I have gone full Spicoli here. All I need are some tasty waves, a cool buzz, and I am good, man. As long as I have control over my life, as long as I can control the things around me that I actually have control over, I'm rocking and a rolling. I am rocking and a rolling. If I end up not owning a house, who cares? Who cares? If I do end up being in a financial situation where it makes sense to buy a home, awesome, cool. If not, who cares? That's my mindset. I appreciate the comments. I wasn't coming at you. I just like explaining this stuff. It's a really interesting topic, and we are in such wacky times. Things are so uncertain. It's nice to talk about them and just get it off my chest and be but not even challenged to, be in a position where it is justified to justify my position, to explain my position. It forces me to think about why I'm making the decisions that I'm making. So thank you